Hey everybody, I'm First Warn 5 meteorologist Warren Sears. Hey, we have a really strong thunderstorm that's coming into, I'm going to adjust this so I get it to my right height, but we have a really strong thunderstorm that's coming in through part of the metro right now as we speak. So we want to make sure that we're on. This is all of our streaming services, our Facebook Lives, things like that. I'm going to try really hard to keep an eye on on the comments, things like that. So you can ask me some questions. This will be casual, but I'm definitely going to walk you through different views, and we're going to get going here because this is a really strong thunderstorm. It does have the capability of hail up to $half size, and maybe even some 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts. So all in all, this is definitely rocking in the western part of the viewing area. So those of you in parts of Wyandotte County and then also into Leavenworth County here, that's where the strong thunderstorm is rolling through as we speak. So we're going to stop it. I'm actually going to take the lightning product off to be able to show you a little bit better. There's so much lightning with these storms, very electric. That means the storms are strengthening. We have seen this go from a very small little updraft to a little shower, and now it is a severe thunderstorm. It's the only cell right now, but it is rocking through the metro as we speak. There is also some broad rotation with this. We're going to get to all that here. I'll diagnose for you. We'll take a deeper dive into it. We'll show you the track, and I'll show you a broad look to see kind of where we expect the rest of the evening to go. So this is a severe thunderstorm warning that is in effect right now, and I'm going to take, I believe it's until 8 o'clock, so let's make sure that that is correct. Severe thunderstorm warning through 8 o'clock, and that's going to be for Wyandotte, southern Leavenworth, and northern Johnson on the Kansas side, again until 8 o'clock this evening. And the hazards with this are 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts, $half size hail. So that hasn't changed since this storm was warned, but it is moving a little slower now at 25 miles per hour. This is along a this is along a warm front that has been moving in through the region throughout the afternoon and early evening. I want to flip you over to this camera 3 here. If you're not outside or if you've just been hunkering down, look at how electric the storm is. I mean, it is just lightning dancing across the sky, likely some cloud to ground lightning, super dangerous in itself. Even if this wasn't severe warned, cloud to ground lightning, obviously very dangerous, and it can strike up to 10 miles outside of the parent thunderstorm. So this is something that we are not going to take lightly because it is a strong thunderstorm rolling in to the northeast now. So this is in our Kansas communities, as we have mentioned, Johnson County, Leavenworth County, and Wyandotte County. And it is capable of producing some big hail with this. So if you are in this severe thunderstorm warning, if you can, before it gets to your area, go out, put your car in the garage, or even cover it up before it starts raining. After it starts raining, it's done. Don't even bother with it, because then that becomes a dangerous situation. So we'll show you a little bit more of a loop here. I'm going to take this back out a little bit. And again, I'm going to take the lightning product off, like I said I was going to a minute ago, just because there's so much lightning associated with the storm. So it's pretty much parked over Bonner Springs right now. Really, really heavy rain and frequent lightning and some hail likely. Let's take a look at our hail product itself, though. This is a really cool product that actually takes radar into account. So it's not for sure what's falling to the ground, but it's generally really, really solid. So if we put our little tool on here, it shows that we could have hail up to 1 inch, maybe 1.5 inches. That does put it in that $half size range, quarter to $half size, and that will do some damage in itself. So definitely the storm is packing a punch. And it's funny, we saw all day, it was really nice, really quiet out, and we expected these storms to pretty much fire up almost immediately along the front as the ingredients became a little bit more available. And that's exactly what happened. So this has now turned in from a very quiet day to a very, very noisy day in certain parts of the Kansas City metro. Those of you on the east side, you are super quiet right now, but this is tracking again to the northeast. So basically what's happening with this severe thunderstorm is it's about to cross over the Missouri River, and it's really the only cell. It taps into a lot of the ingredients around us, and these single supercells are thriving on their own. And these are the kind of storms that we're really worried about, just because they can also be rotating. And I do want to show you our velocity product here as we take a look. This shows you the way that the winds are traveling and moving about the severe thunderstorm. So if we take a bit of a closer look at that velocity product, we're getting some hot spots in there that would indicate some really strong movement away from the radar. Could have gusts up to maybe 55 to 60 as the warning specifies. Thankfully, as of right now, I'm not seeing a whole lot of rotation in this cell, especially. There was some originally, actually, in western Johnson County. It's more on the broad scale and more in the mid level of the storm. So that means we're not seeing a whole lot of lowerings out of the storm. I'm trying to keep a close eye, too, on social media, the Twitter pages and stuff. Oftentimes, people will tag what they're seeing at the ground, the storm chasers that are out there, and that can give us a good sign, too, of what we're seeing. But please don't go outside, if you're not storm spotting, because this is a dangerous cell for sure. So if we take a little look at, I just want to make sure I'm not missing anything. I'm trying to keep up to date with social media and keeping you guys informed as well. So nothing right now. Let's take a look just at that warning again with all of this lightning. It hasn't been extended yet. It does stay in effect for another 15 minutes until 8 o'clock. I would assume that they're going to continue this warning because I'm seeing a pretty good hail core that's still developing with this. So let's stop it now. That hail core is pretty much just to the southwest of Bonner Springs. So those of you near the 32 and 7 interchange in Bonner Springs, be ready for this hail core to be marching overhead. After the storm has passed, if you can safely let me know what's actually falling out of the storm, that would be great. But please not while the hail is actually falling, because these storms are very electric, as I've mentioned, and things like that. So also, if you have a lot of lightning around your area, stay away from good conductors. Water is a good conductor, so make sure no showers, no running water, no dishes, things like that. Let the storm pass through. They're moving about 25 miles per hour to the northeast, so not overly fast, not overly slow. That's a pretty normal speed for a thunderstorm to be rolling. So again, that hail core where you can indicate this kind of purple shade here, southwest of Bonner Springs. That's what we'll be watching for significant hail that's falling out of the storm. Aside from that, a bigger picture look does show most of us outside of this parent thunderstorm are dry. There's a little cell that's trying to go up in southern Johnson County near Spring Hill. That's something that we'll be monitoring for sure. A couple in Jackson County on the Missouri side here. One south of Grandview that's trying to go up. So we will see how these storms behave, because this one specifically was a shower in Douglas County, south of Lawrence, and within 15 minutes, it was a severe thunderstorm. So that's just kind of the atmosphere that we have. I know that the sun has set, so generally we don't have a whole lot of surging storms after sunset, but the ingredients are there. We have what's called a low-level jet that's kicking in. It's bringing so much moisture behind that warm front, and these storms love that environment, so they are thriving for sure. Definitely want to show you back out on this camera here, looking west from the plaza. I mean, this is absolutely spectacular. You can watch from our live stream and not your window. That is definitely the safest place to be observing this lightning out there. And I know we have a lot of people that are at the Big 12 tournament in downtown. Let's take a closer look at downtown. If you know anyone down there, thankfully, I think one game is going on. Now, there's probably a lot of KU fans that are in Power and Light right now just because their game starts a little bit later. So in actual downtown, we are seeing the outer bands of rain, or the outskirts of, I should say, of rain with this system, but it's about to pick up really fast. So if you know anyone down there, I'm sure cell service isn't great, but just shoot them a text. Let them know that there's a strong thunderstorm that's basically marching into downtown as we speak. The rain will turn really heavy, and there is a lot of lightning here associated with this that will be also coming through that vicinity. If they extend this severe thunderstorm warning, it would also include downtown. They have not extended it just yet. And that hail core hopefully will stay out of downtown. It would stay maybe more to the north and west. If you have any flights out there this evening or know of anyone that's about to fly out, also the airport's about to get rocked with a really strong thunderstorm and just so much rain and lightning. There will be delays out there over the next 2 hours, most likely with this. Again, hail, not a great situation here. I'm going to look at our Facebook page. I just want to make sure I'm not missing any big comments. Thank you guys all for hopping on with us here. We are continuing our coverage just mainly on streaming platforms and social media right now. In the event that this does start rotating and we have a tornado warning, I will definitely hop downstairs with Chief Meteorologist Luke Doris, and we'll continue our coverage on these platforms and then also on air as well. But for now, no rotation. We are generally just seeing really strong thunderstorm marching through right now. Thunder in Blue Springs. Hey, everybody. Thanks for hopping on. We appreciate the reports. Sedalia, you are out of this cell right now, and hopefully you will be out of this for most of the evening. As the warm front has lifted through your area, the later you go Sedalia, especially south of I-70, the lower the chances. All right, we just got a new severe thunderstorm warning that was added. It's on the northern extent of this current one. It is moving through Leavenworth right now. So this cell really pulsed up fast. This is going to be crossing the KCI area. This is going to be crossing Platte City, Camden Point, I-29. So if you know anyone in that vicinity too, just let them know. This is a great, if you're watching this at home or if you're watching out in public right now, this is great to be, not everyone has the luxury to watch this right now, and not everyone is watching this right now. So if you know anyone in these areas impacted, it's a super great gesture to let them know they've got a strong thunderstorm coming. All right, let's get the details on this new cell that's just to the north. Is in moving over Leavenworth, the core right now, moving over Leavenworth as we speak. It'll cross the Missouri River into Platte County. So those of you in Platte City, you are in the path of this next severe thunderstorm. Again, these are severe thunderstorms. They are not tornado warnings, still dangerous cells, and they are still packing a punch. So this one that's in Leavenworth County, crossing over the Missouri River right now into Clay and Platte counties, this is in effect until 8:30 on Wednesday evening. Let's look at the hazards: 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts and half-dollar size hail. It's the same thing, the same hazards from the warning just off to its south. So now we have 2 severe thunderstorm warnings in place for really a lot of the metro, especially the western side. And this is exactly where we thought severe thunderstorms were going to pop up. And you know what? They sure did. So this is proving pretty accurate here. We thought between about 5 to 8 p.m., and here we go. So we've definitely had some stuff on radar over the last 30 to 45 minutes, and this will likely continue to grow in size. What we expected to happen first was a severe, a couple of smaller cells turning more widespread as the night goes and pushing into northern Missouri. That creates more of just a heavy rain and flooding threat later on. So severe thunderstorm warning reminder for Buchanan, Clay, Leavenworth, and Platte counties on the Missouri side there until 8:30 this evening. So we'll show you what we got going on. Two severe thunderstorm warnings in place. One is in pretty much over Bonner Springs now. Let's take a closer look at that one just because there's a lot of you impacted from this. The one over Bonner Springs, the hail core is pretty much overhead right now. Let's show you that hail core on our hail tracker. So that hail core that's over northern Johnson County and southern Wyandotte County, that's now potentially spitting out even larger hailstones. Our radar is picking up on 1.5 inches hail. That would be $50 or greater. It just started raining here at the station, and it is really, really, really coming down. We've had a lot of lightning. Everyone's going to make sure their windows are up and their cars are safe. Don't have any hail here right now, but that hail core is over, basically coming towards the Bonner Springs area, southern Bonner Springs, especially near the river. Hail in Leavenworth now. Okay, thank you so much. Thanks for the reports. If you have, again, please, after the storm has passed, but if you have pictures of your hailstones, those are great to send in. You can find me on social media, meteorologist Warren Sears. You can send them to our KCTV pages, things like that. That hail core is getting bigger as we speak. Brad Stevens says there's just heavy rain out there, no hail at the station in Fairway. So this hail core over northern Johnson, southwest Wyandotte, I'm starting to see hail sizes maybe up to 2 inches. So I want to keep an eye on. Let me show you guys. Sorry, let's take a broad look on where these storms are. So the one that's going through Wyandotte right now in northern Johnson is not going to impact those of you in southern Johnson, Olathe, Leawood, a lot of OP, down into Spring Hill. That's out of your area. This is far northern Johnson. Wyandotte specifically, your whole county is covered right now, and then into Leavenworth County also. That's moving over into Platte, Buchanan, Clay counties also. So we have 2 strong thunderstorms moving into the metro as we speak. Very electric storms as well. No tornadoes, no rotation really. I'm going to show you our velocity product again here. There's a little mid-level rotation again with this cell that's over northern Johnson. You can see the bright reds and the bright greens. That's when we start to see a little bit of rotation, at least in the mid-levels of the atmosphere. It's really good. The hashtag KSWX and hashtag MOWX on Twitter X, formerly known as Twitter. Those are good places to see if any people on the ground have any confirmations or lowerings, things like that. I'm not seeing anything right now. There is a tornado near Alta Vista in the Topeka area, potentially on the ground. All right, so what we're going to do, I think we're going to hop on to different coverage with Luke. Is that correct? Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hop off our stream right now. I'm going to go downstairs, and Chief Meteorologist Luke Doris and I are going to cover this more in our studio. I'm upstairs in the newsroom right now. So stay with us. This is just going to be like a 1-2 minute exchange, and we'll continue to cover these storms. They're packing a punch for sure going in through downtown. I'll leave you with the light show here over the plaza, and I will see you guys here in just a minute.